Feige was originally against the idea of doing Disney Plus shows, but eventually saw potential there, along with the move making Disney happy as it attempted to bolster signups. There have been wild swings in both quality, budget, and reception, and things do not appear to have stabilized yet, despite some recent wins mainly focused on cheaper shows. This person can't spell that.
Okay.
Cheaper.
I want to ask two things first. Do you believe that statement where they said that Kevin Feige didn't want to do it initially, but eventually saw the potential? Do you think that he got forced into that, or do you think that he was like, okay, yeah, I know this could work?
No, I don't believe he was forced into it because the way he announced the Disney Plus shows, what was it? It was San Diego Comic Con 2020. I think it was 2019 or 2019 or 2020. The way he announced it and the way it looked, it seemed like this was something he fully supported. At first, I even thought it was his idea to have them like make these shows because he talked about how like, oh, this is gonna help us like he said, go home with these characters to see more of them, to know more about them, you know, what they do, what they like, what they feel. You know, I would also be on set kind of handling the actors and getting to know what's happening so they can be in line and in tone and in same quality of the MCU movies. And I was like, oh, so you on board with this? Like you endorsing this. So now that I'm hearing that, oh, he wasn't initially on board, I'm like, stop lying, bro.
Okay, interesting. I guess read that last-ish line again. I just want to make sure that my facts are straight before I get into like a rant that could get me into trouble because I'm misinterpreting.
There have been wild swings in both quality, budget, and reception, and things do not appear to have stabilized yet, despite some recent wins mainly focused on cheaper shows.
Hmm. Do you think it's interesting that they say despite some recent wins? Doesn't that feel like it implies that there was recent losses? And if we were to admit that there are recent losses, does that not mean that there is not wild swings? It's just been consistent that there has been recent losses and now only there's been recent wins.
When I read this line, the whole thing of like, despite there being recent wins, I'm kind of looking for the wins. I'm really looking for them. I don't.
That's what I'm thinking, bro. I'm like, nah, this kind of feels weird. This feels
Let's
like you're
let's let
trying to spin this.
let me go here to hold on. To Marvel TV shows, right? Let's start with the first one, WandaVision.
No, don't do this.
WandaVision, good or not? Let's talk about that. Was it a win or a L?
Okay, firstly, I want to just say something. I'm going to be a bit controversial as I normally am. I don't think I agree with a lot of people when they say that One Division was good until, right? Normally when people say that, I immediately just like tune out. I'm like, I'm not listening to whatever you are saying anymore because you're just a crazy person. But I think One Division did have a good premise, did have an interesting way of trying to set it up and get you intrigued and, stay tuned. And all kinds of things like that. I think that they had a good foundation there, but I think there was a complete disregard for the implications of what the story was, and I think it's partly because they didn't want it to come across as vile as it did, right? With like Wanda taking over the whole town for her little sitcom fantasy and stuff like that. I don't think they understood the exact implications. So I think because of that, the show suffers quite a lot. So I would want to say just because they are incapable of acknowledging what happened there, it is an L. But I think that there was a lot of things they could have done, and unfortunately, they just didn't.
Okay, L. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, L. On my spot. That's
Look, bro, I'm not even gonna try and argue. That was super big L nonsense garbage.
Loki season 1.
No.
I don't like it. Many people do. I think that it's just it cannot exist in the story. I think that they mess up the whole continuity question. And I would like to prove my point by just saying take note of how it never comes up anymore. Like we are nicely lacquer farce into the multiverse saga, and that whole Loki thing doesn't come up, bro.
Okay. So, L. What if season 1? Woo! L.
I think a lot of people like the idea, but I think that they didn't do enough with the concept.
It didn't. It just the what if scenarios were not it, man. L. Hawkeye season
What if
1.
the Thunderbolts were actually the Thunderbolts? That's a crazy what if season right there.
That's I would actually watch that episode. I would watch that. Hawkeye season 1. It is the more okay Disney Plus TV shows, but it just doesn't hit the notes to make it like it's so annoying. Let me just grant for this for just like 5 seconds. It's so annoying
Go ahead, man.
that like every single thing we get or we got from Disney Plus is okay. It's never good, bro. And the thing that's the best is always like, nah, this is decent. Like what? It's bro. It's just so stupid, man. Like Hawkeye. To think Hawkeye is like the bar, like the highest thing here. That's so whack, bro. That's so whack.
Fascinating.
When do you?
That's so whack. L. Moon Knight. L. Miss Marvel. L. She-Hulk. Attorney at Law. Massive L. Secret Invasion.
I'm
L.
gonna let you go down the list, bro.
Yeah, you can tell I'm speeding, bro. Loki season 2. L. The little good faith that it generated online with people with the first season, it assassinated everything in the second season. L. They phoned it in. What if season 2 and 3? L. Got worse. Echo season 1. Who the hell asked for it? L. Agatha all along. They say that, it's actually surprisingly good. L. Don't even lie to me. Your friend and neighborhood Spider-Man. Waste of time. L. Daredevil Born Again. Poor imitation of the original. L. Ironheart. Dead on Arrival. L.
Where's the flavor?
What else we got here? Eyes of Wakanda animated show. L. Nobody asked for it. Marvel Zombies. L. Wonder Man season 1. L. Daredevil Born Again season 2. My nigga, we need to, I don't know, man. Like, this is probably the hesitancy in me is the Daredevil fan. L.
Let's not count our chickens. Maybe they can do something with Born Again.
Okay, I mean, I know that the first season was like, there was a lot of overall things going on, so that was that. Vision Quest. L. What is Vision doing, bro? What is he doing? What is he doing?
Yeah.
Like, oh, bro.
Yeah. Where was this man?
Like, yeah, then that's what they got going on, in TV shows. Everything.
Recent wins. I'm seeing a lot of wins here.
Where? Like, you see, like, this is the question. Like, where are these wins, bro, that they're talking about? They're non-existent. Disney Plus didn't work.
It's like your brain.
Disney Plus didn't work, right?
I mean, at least Star Wars is doing good.
Oh, man.
At least Star Wars is doing good, right?
Oh, what was that tweet you mentioned about the Acolyte? Yo, that thing made my head spin. Yo.
Man, there's so many of them. But guys, if you ever want to, right? If you ever want to see good fight scenes in Star Wars, you should go watch The Acolyte. And if you ever want something that's like Andor, but with more lightsabers, go watch The Acolyte. As said by Twitter. That's not me, so don't come below for my neck in future. That ain't me.